Hello guys, and welcome to episode 5 in the career mode series. We are in Spain at Circuit de Catalunya in Barcelona. After a tricky qualifying, I just managed to get into the top 10 as we're going to start from 10th position. We had a dry qualifying, some rain in practice, and you guys probably want to see my setup. It is almost to dry conditions, except for the brake pressure is medium, and the gear ratios are a little bit down, as we won't gain the top speed. I'm going to go with aggressive fuel strategy. Going to start on a wet tire, and we're leading against our teammates on all points. So let's head out to track. Don't waste any time here in the garage. Now, Sebastian Vettel made pole position, I think. Yes, he did. And Fernando Alonso is second. Looks like a McLaren. Probably Jenson Button was in third right there. I don't know where Lewis finished, but Daniel Ricciardo managed 12th position. Gonna use some curves off the line here, as I had pretty good traction from the race start. Gonna brake nice and early. Don't wanna. I don't wanna hit anyone off. But Nico Rosberg is spinning, and I'm going slightly wide. So is Mark Webber. So we give him a slight tap, and Daniel Ricciardo is coming at high speed from behind, but he's not able to get past. I'm sneaking to the inside here of Mark Webber as we lock up the tires. Can Mark take the position back? No, he can't. And we're behind Michael Schumacher in 5th place. Now, I certainly have a hard time keeping up with these cars in dry condition with this car. So that's not going to make it any easier with the wet conditions. The only time, I think, when I can gain positions is when the cars ahead are crashing or spinning out. So we have a dark future from this race now. But as Mark Webber is my main competitor for the Drivers' Championship, I certainly want to finish ahead of him. And he's challenging me. So brake nice and early, sticking with a tall gear, and gonna take it nice and slow around here because I don't want to go wide in this corner, as I now can see a little bit more, as I don't have the Michael Schumacher tossing water in my face. Now it's very bad conditions right now. It might even be a little bit too wet for the wet tires, which tells a lot. I got no idea where my braking points are in the wet. Now we have 2.2 seconds to Michael Schumacher, and the cars ahead of him. Wow, this is tricky. I'm so focused right now. Gonna take it nice and easy through the last corner, getting a good exit, using the rest of the curves, starting to use some more curves as we have no need for it any other place on the track. braking just after the 150 meter board in these conditions, as it's so hard not to lock up the tires. I don't want to risk anything sticking to the racing line in that wide corner. Now it looks like we were gaining fuel on the rich mix. That's odd. Wow. No, Mark Webber managed to go through. It's risky trying to outbrake a car in these weather conditions, and he is braking early, even for the wet weather conditions. But we managed to take that position, and Daniel Ricciardo is also challenging Mark Webber, but looks like Webber managed to stick with his position. Now Ricciardo is doing good in the rain, I must say that. Now Michael Schumacher and the cars ahead are just gaining on me. If I should have any chance of catching those cars, I must get some dry weather conditions. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen in the first place. Now we're slightly faster through that corner, braking nice and early for this one. 4.8 seconds already to Schumacher, as this is a track that I usually tend to struggle a little bit on, even in the dry weather conditions. But now it's just even worse. Can't imagine how it is to sit in the cockpit of a real Formula 1 car when it's just raining. It must be like sitting in a damn... No. Mark Webber and Daniel Ricciardo managed to get through as I spin out. Oh no, going sideways, drifting like a Bowser, as Kobayashi is also challenging me. We're almost out of the points, and that is absolutely disastrous. We can't gain any points in this Grand Prix. That's going to toss us way behind Mark Webber, as we're currently number 3 in the Drivers' Championship. I'm going to use the rest of my curse and a little bit more to try and pass Kamui Kobayashi, and I can't see the brake markers. Braking nice and early because I can't see anything. Just gotta be safe so I don't get behind Kobayashi and crash him out. And going wide, going real wide. And Kimi Raikkonen is taking our position. Wow, this is absolutely disastrous. I can't drive in the rain. No. Okay, let's try and do the best from this now. Now we're just ahead of Di Resta in 13th position. Holy moly, I can't drive in the rain. Look how hard this is. Hopefully this race is going to be suspended with red flags, because the conditions are just horrible. Wow. I mean, guys, it's nothing that I can do about this, really, as I freaking suck in these weather conditions. How the heck does he have fuel for that? It might be a good move though. Oh no, braking way too late. I was aiming for the 100 meter board, as that's dry weather conditions, but definitely not wet. got some good grip here now in sector 1, but 2 and 3 looks like it's going to dry out slightly at least. Hopefully I'll be able to grab some points, but it certainly looks dark right now. As we're on lap 6 out of 17. I wonder where Mark Webber is. Wow, an outside the point finish. That is absolutely disastrous if we want to have any chance having the Drivers' Championship title. But my strongest tracks are at the end of the season, so no worries yet. As we have Monaco next, I think. That's absolutely impossible for me, as I've never been really good at Monaco. I mean, it's a cool track and everything, but it's certainly not my track. Whoa, 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 whoa. Losing it, but managed to catch it nicely. My tires are good temperature. I didn't expect anything else. Ass is really wet. And not that cold either for these tires, as they have their optimal temperature. Very low temperature compared to the other tires, of course. Gonna use some curves here, around half bar. Wow, 5 seconds to Senna. Wow, with the setup I have now, guys, the wet is absolutely impossible. Gotta say that. Oh, braking too late again. But it is possible now to go. We might actually see intermediate tires for the last couple of laps of this Grand Prix, at least for some cars. I don't think I'll be one of them, as I think I should be able to stay out on the wet tires, even with intermediate weather. But that certainly depends on how quickly the track is going to dry. If it's drying slowly, then it's absolutely possible to stay out on the wet weather tires. But if it's drying quick, we might actually need to jump straight from the wet tires to the dry. But that's a really quick dry out though. Now Fernando Alonso is real quick in the wet weather, as I usually is Lewis Hamilton that is the quickest in the wet weather conditions. And looks like my teammate Daniel Ricciardo is leading the little pack ahead there, as I'm drifting through the corner here. How Di Resta seems to be challenging me. No, he's giving up. Now it looks like someone's off the track. If I'm going to have any chance of actually jumping some positions, we need to see dry weather or safety car. Yeah. The wet weather is certainly not my strong side. As we're now down to 14th, and Lewis Hamilton. What the heck? That can't be right. Now it's Hülkenberg, but Lewis Hamilton can't be in 16th position. That's absolutely disastrous for him. Let's check it. Lewis Hamilton is not here in the top 10. Lewis Hamilton in 18th, and he's retired. Wow. I wonder what happened to him. You guys probably know. You guys can leave a comment if you know what happened, because I don't know. Coming up to lap 10. Only 8 laps to go. Braking slightly late now as well, but now I feel like I really don't have anything to fight for anymore, as I might as well just retire this race, but that won't be fun to watch. Now I hope it's going to be dry in Monaco, as it might, if we're really lucky with our pit stop in Monaco and our qualifying as well, we might actually see a win. If we're quick enough in the pits and manage to stay in front of the pack, then nothing can stop us really from having a win at Monaco, but time will tell. Check out the next episode. If you, yeah, you know, if you've watching this episode quite late, you can check down below when I uploaded this one. And if it's like a day or two after that, then Monaco is probably out, as I try to have to upload one video a day, which is quite a lot. Actually, when you think about it, it's not a lot of YouTubers that actually upload a video daily. So at least now in the start, when I'm like trying to get new subscribers. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to me, I'd really appreciate it if you do. It means a lot.
We're 5 seconds down on Massa.
We're still 5 seconds to Massa now. But it looks like Hülkenberg might actually be closing in.
It looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running full.
Now they're increasing. Felipe Massa and what was the car ahead? Was it Di Resta maybe? Yeah, I think it was Di Resta. Now I certainly hope Daniel Ricciardo has managed to bring in some points for Toro Rosso for this race, but looks like the weather is, well, it's not clearing, but the rain isn't as heavy as it was in the start of this Grand Prix. I'll keep on braking late for this turn. But I just gotta remember that it is wet weather condition, and that's certainly not my strongest side. Oh no. What the heck am I doing? Nico Hülkenberg might actually close in pretty heavily just because of that. And he is just behind me now. He's starting to get dangerous. Wow, 9 seconds to Felipe Massa. It's starting spinning again. As I think I'm going to be lapped pretty soon by the leaders. Certainly don't hope that's going to happen. As my wet tires are starting to slip away from me and reducing my grip even further. Absolutely horrible. Our fastest lap until now is 1:32. It is absolutely disastrous. Should have been, even though in the wet weather, we should be able to pull off a less than 1:30 for the fastest lap. Now that might happen for the last laps though, but it certainly should have happened earlier in the race. Now we're catching just slightly to Felipe Massa and Nico Hülkenberg. The gap to him is the exact same as it was the last checkpoint.
Your tires and brakes are at optimal temperature.
Optimal temperature. That's great, and Nico Hülkenberg is caught half a second now. Now he will certainly overtake me if I make a mistake, if I start spinning out again. I keep checking the AI if anyone is going into the pit to kind of give me a clue that these weather conditions will improve. But no one does. It freaking annoys me. Braking early enough as we drift through the corner. I'll need to go to the lean mixture now just to ensure that I will have enough fuel for the last couple of laps here, as it's pretty annoying losing positions due to fuel issues. Now Nico Hülkenberg has actually caught us. Wow. And we are on optimal fuel. That means I'm going to the standard. And he's going to challenge me on the inside. But drops back a little bit. I'm leaving the door open for him. But he can't actually pull off the move. But just a small spin for me now, and he is past. That is absolutely dangerous. Lap 15 out of 17. We're starting to get into the last couple of laps, and as I brake for the dry marker, I was supposed to say that, but that is wrong for the 100-meter board that I usually brake on when it is dry, and that's not going to work in the rain, of course. As whoever's behind Hülkenberg is starting to challenge him. Ton of wheel spin there. A little bit too aggressive on the throttle, as I usually am, even in the dry weather, but then it's not that visible as it is in wet weather conditions. I should have saved some curves for the straight, home straight when I think about it. No, 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 no. Don't even think about it. Whoa, 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 whoa. No freaking way. I'm going to have a penalty. No.
We've been given a time penalty.
Really?
It's your time.
Wow. Well, I've got no chance of getting points here anyway. Now Checo is directly behind me. Might as well just let him past, as I don't need to challenge him for a position, as I will be dropped behind him anyway. So I'll give him a chance catching the guys ahead, but that's not going to happen in 2 laps. Wow, that was definitely rookie mistake by me. Definitely a poor move to try and overtake Nico Hülkenberg where I tried. Now Nico Rosberg, I might as well just let him past.
Win that place back. Come on, you can
No, I don't want to bother trying to win those places, as I will be dropped behind anyway, and Nico Hülkenberg of course is going to have a clean way past now. I feel really bad about that. Certainly shouldn't have happened, but I was losing just a little bit of traction, which made me spin off track. And actually bringing Nico Hülkenberg with me. That certainly shouldn't happen, but it is my rookie year, well, in Formula 1, so I might need to face a couple of penalties, but that's okay though. As we come up to the last lap, doesn't look like we're going to be lapped by any cars this Grand Prix. Haven't been lapped once in this career. I feel like I'm inconsistent with the Toro Rosso team, as I had a top step of the podium finish the last race, and now I'm going to finish probably the bottom 18, or like the bottom 5 cars, which is absolutely disastrous after considering that I actually won the last race. No, I'm going to stick with 16th position, it looks like, even with a 20-second penalty. Timo Glock is almost a minute behind, or actually 40, a little bit more than 45 seconds he is behind me. So I will have a 16th position finish for this race, and Fernando Alonso is taking the win home for Ferrari, not giving Sebastian Vettel the actual win here. Wow, absolutely horrible, absolutely horrible. Well, wish me luck for Monaco, and Daniel Ricciardo actually finishing 5th. Wow, that's really impressive. Now, the wet weather conditions definitely isn't my style. Jenson Button taking 2nd position, Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber on the following places, and Daniel Ricciardo just behind Mark Webber, or just behind, like 12 seconds behind him, 11.5 seconds. But anyway, where does that put us in the Drivers' Championship? We've been dropped 1 place behind Fernando Alonso in 4th. Well, it certainly is possible to gain those positions, gain some points. And Daniel Ricciardo has moved up to number 12. And for the constructors, Red Bull is leading by 91 points in front of Ferrari, and they have 105 points, down to Vodafone, McLaren, Mercedes, and then Toro Rosso is at number 4, which is absolutely amazing for the bottom tier team. We have 60 points. Got 120 points up to Red Bull. Now that's it for today. Horrible racing though, but hopefully I'll see you guys in Monaco, and I'll leave you guys until then. Goodbye.